This is the second video in our series on human-centric data, the process of gathering and sharing small amounts of data from a team on a continual basis, reflecting their thoughts, beliefs, and feelings on the work they are doing, and of actioning the insights that you and the team can collectively generate as a result. Let me illustrate what this means in practice by way of a question. If I ask you, how risky is your project? How will you answer? Maybe you'll look at all the risks you've identified and use this list as an answer. Or maybe you'll focus on all the work that is genuinely novel, which will require innovative technology or new ways of working. Or, if you are a fan of statistics, perhaps you'll show me the P60 or the P80 values. When you were considering your answer, were you tempted to say, it depends? Because the reality is that the significance of the question is not a simple calculation of risks, but something that needs to take into account how the board, individually and collectively, see risk, how they feel about it, and how much uncertainty they are willing to accept. The board's risk appetite is intimately bound up with their perception, past experience, confidence, optimism, even their emotional state. In other words, the kind of factors we measure when we gather human-centric data. At their heart, projects are about decisions, effectively choices, about what we're going to do and how we are going to do it. What you believe about something affects the way you perceive it and how you feel about it, which all fundamentally affect how you behave, how ready you are to work with others, and how they, in turn, will work with you. As humans, we are pretty well equipped to deal with uncertainty and risk, as long as we are given the opportunity to assimilate what's happening, and as long as we feel involved, that we have some agency in the decisions that are being made. There is more good news. The very act of capturing the ratings gives the delivery team the opportunity to be heard, and the conversations which flow from sharing this data mean that everyone feels engaged, consulted, and ultimately responsible for what is achieved. Inviting delivery team members to share their ratings with you can provide you, collectively, with several useful layers of understanding. As an individual, I can see how my perspective on an issue compares to that of my colleagues. Are we pretty much aligned? Or, alternatively, are our feelings or views very different? Which doesn't necessarily mean we won't be able to agree on things, but does mean you will need to compromise. What do your ratings indicate at the level of the team? What is our average score, and how does that compare with your expectations? For example, if your team is predicting the chances of project success at 60%, is that a reflection of the ambitious or uncertain nature of the project, or the level of your team's capability, or something else entirely? And what does the spread of your individual scores tell you about the team? Many projects work across several hierarchies. Comparing and contrasting ratings from the delivery team, the steering group, and the project or program board will signpost any problems or disconnects between those delivering a given project and those responsible for the strategy behind it. Finally, capturing small amounts of data on a consistent and regular basis quickly builds into a significant data pool. Analysing the trends that emerge helps predict the direction in which the project is heading, allowing you to measure the impact that everything from the arrival of a new project director to a change in scope or budget has on the mindset and consequently the behaviour of those delivering the project. In the next video, we'll look at sources of insight. What questions to ask, how to combine ratings from different questions, and how teams process the data that is shared. We'll also introduce the hierarchy of influence so you understand how to structure your use of human-centric data for best effect. To find out how capturing, sharing, and using human-centric data plays a part in supporting teams and leaders to deliver success, contact Team Animation, who are pioneers in this innovative new field.